welcome you guys all tonight. We have a really good show. We actually have the guy here that's starting the off-the-wall comedy empire in Jerusalem's comedy clubs, so that's very exciting. First of all, my name's Susanne Goldstone. I'm also known as Mrs. Hillowitz from last year's Perm Spiel, so we adore her. But, you know, really, I think especially we need to thank everybody for coming out here in this kind of weather, because it's ridiculous. I'm a California girl. I grew up in the OC on the beach, not that I have a tan to prove it, but, you know, what can you do? And every single morning, without fail, I get a call from my mom, and she's in California, and she says to me, Susanne, I'm watching the Today Show. Everybody's wearing overcoats, they got the hats on, Matt Lauer, you know, he's covering up his little haircut. He's really upset. It's so cool. Why do you live there? And, you know, I tell her, Mom, dating, you have to live here. I mean, I'm a nice Jewish girl, you know, you need to find a guy, you live in New York. That's just how it works. But really, if you ask me, I don't even think dating is the biggest problem with being frum and single. I think the biggest thing, the biggest hardest thing to do is find a good roommate. You guys all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, because I don't know what it's like in your neighborhood, your neck of the woods, but in the Heights, where we are now, Mount Sinai Jewish Center, we have this thing where we go around the Shabbos table, and we like to try to figure out who has the craziest roommate story. And usually after doing it one time with me, they realize they're not going to win. I take the cake every single time. And I'm not going to tell you about the time I lived with a girl who was addicted to sleeping pills and would sleepwalk every night scratching herself. It was really strange. I'm not going to tell you about the man that I lived with last year. I'm not going to tell you about the girl that got run over by a truck, who also happens to be the one that was addicted to sleeping pills, so maybe there's some sort of connection there. But what I'm going to tell you about is the summer that I spent with two middle-aged Haredi women. Me. Okay? Hi, I'm Suzanne. Okay? So, we have this thing in the Heights, it's called MaladWashington.com. You guys should check it out, it's really good. It's a lot like Teaneck Shuls, Passaic Jews, for those of you that are out of town. You get the idea. Basically, if you have, you know, you're looking for a roommate, you're looking to sell something, you put an ad on there, we have an empty room, we're looking for a roommate. So one summer, my first summer ever in the Heights, we actually had an open room. My roommate was a teacher, she wanted to sublet, so she put an ad on there. We have an empty room, and she gets a call the next day from this guy who says, I have two sisters coming from Israel. They want to be in the Heights for the summer. I think it'll work out wonderful. So my roommate, she wasn't going to be there. What did she care? She says, sure, it sounds good. They're sisters. They'll share a room. It'll be great. So I was actually in California the week that they moved in. I get a call from the fourth roommate who tells me, Suzanne, did Alana tell you anything about the new roommate? And I go, no. I mean, like, all she heard from the guy, two sisters, one's a little bit older than the other. Wait a second, are they like really young, 14, 15? Is that the problem here? She goes, not exactly. And I'm like, they're still thinking, she said it's an age issue. So 17, 18, whatever, they're younger than us, we'll deal with it. No, they're like our parents' age. And so I'm like, okay. And I think they're Haredi. And so, of course, I'm like, whatever, I'll make the most of it. It'll be fine. I'm totally cool with that. So, you know, they've got seam stockings hanging in the shower. I've got my jeans hanging in the closet. They're not just wearing shaitos, they're wearing shaitos and hats. I mean, it was just crazy. But I think that, you know, overall, the moral of this story is that you never really know what you're going to get. Except in instances like tonight. Because one of my good friends, Marguerite Cooper, she was on vacation in Eretz Yisrael this year, and she went to a comedy club with a friend of hers, and she saw this guy. She's like, I just saw this comedian. He's awesome. He knows exactly what we're about what dating's like, about what making aliyah is like. He's going to be awesome. So that's basically who we're here to see tonight. So it's very exciting stuff, and just to give you a little idea about what we're going to do, there's going to be one act. We're going to take a break, get some drinks and snacks and stuff, and then he's going to come back and do another act. So that's the setup tonight. So without further ado, I would like to introduce you guys all to the proclaimed comedian of Jerusalem, Dovid Kilimnick.
You guys are already clapping. Nice, thank you. Keep it going for Susanne. Suzanne. Nice. Yes, I'm not going to talk about the summer I spent with two Haredi